Gun prices were supposed to go down this year, but the opposite happened. 10 simple, low-cost firearms are exploding in value, and insiders are buying them all before the news spreads. These were the guns you could once grab for pocket change, and soon they'll be untouchable. Starting with number 10, we have Norinco JW-15. The Norinco JW-15 represents China's rimfire training rifle, chambered in .22 long rifle and manufactured at state-owned factories for both military training and civilian markets. The bolt-action design features a 5-round detachable magazine, 23-inch barrel, and overall length of approximately 41 inches. Weight without a magazine measures roughly 5.5 pounds. The rifle currently sells for $150 to $250 at dealers who maintain stock, though availability has decreased substantially since 2020. Chinese firearms imports to the United States ceased in 1994 following executive orders prohibiting commercial imports from Chinese state-owned manufacturers. Existing inventory entered the country before these restrictions, and remaining stocks have diminished through normal commercial sales over 3 decades. The JW-15 shares design elements with the Beretta Model 2 and features adjustable iron sights, a Monte Carlo-style stock, and a manual safety located on the right side of the receiver. Rimfire ammunition compatibility makes the JW-15 suitable for training applications, small game, and recreational shooting. The single-stage trigger pulls between 4 and 6 pounds depending on individual rifle specifications. Accuracy at 50 yards typically produces groups between 1.5 and 2.5 inches with standard velocity ammunition, acceptable performance for training purposes. Market data from firearms dealers indicates JW-15 inventory decreased 47% from 2022 to 2024. No new imports can legally enter the United States, creating a finite supply that will eventually exhaust similar Chinese rimfire rifles that sold for $100 to $150 in the 1990s, now command $300 to $500 when available. The JW-15 follows this trajectory as remaining inventory circulates among dealers and private sales. At number 9, we have Savage Model 340. The Savage Model 340 represents American manufacturing from 1950 through 1985, produced as an affordable bolt-action hunting rifle. Chambering options included .30-30 Winchester, .222 Remington, and .223 Remington. The .30-30 variant features a 3-round detachable magazine, 22-inch barrel, and overall length of 42 inches. Weight without magazine measures approximately 6.5 pounds. Savage manufactured the Model 340 series for 35 years, producing an estimated 250,000 to 300,000 units across all chamberings. The .30-30 variant served as an economical alternative to lever-action rifles, offering bolt-action reliability at reduced cost. Current market prices range from $250 to $450, depending on condition and specific variant. The Model 340B featured upgraded stocks and checkering, commanding slight premiums over standard 340 models. The controlled round-feed bolt design provides reliable feeding from the detachable magazine. Iron sights consist of a blade front sight and open rear sight adjustable for elevation. Effective range extends to 150 yards for the .30-30 chambering, suitable for deer-sized game in wooded terrain. The .222 and .223 variants offered varmint hunting capabilities with effective ranges extending beyond 250 yards. Savage discontinued the Model 340 in 1985, replacing it with modernized designs. No comparable bolt-action .30-30 rifles currently occupy the sub-$500 market segment. Collector interest has increased as shooters recognize the Model 340's reliability and American manufacturing heritage. Dealers report sales increased 38% from 2023 to 2024, with inventory becoming increasingly difficult to source. At number 8, we have Beretta M1951. The Beretta M1951 served Italian military and police forces from 1951 through the 1980s, chambered in 9 by 19 mm parabellum. The pistol features an 8-round single-stack magazine, 4.5-inch barrel, and overall length of 8 inches, weight without magazine measures 31 ounces. The locked breech design utilizes a vertically tilting locking block, a system Beretta refined and employed in subsequent designs, including the 92 series. Italian military production totaled approximately 100,000 units, with additional production occurring under license in Egypt as the Helwan and in Israel as the Jericho 951 surplus. Italian military contract pistols currently sell for $350 to $600 depending on condition and markings. Egyptian Helwan variants sell for $250 to $400, though quality control varies significantly compared to Italian production. The single-action trigger mechanism requires manual cocking for the first shot, with subsequent shots firing in single-action mode. Trigger pull measures approximately 5 to 6 pounds. Effective range extends to 50 meters, standard for service pistols of the era. The M1951 served Italian carabinieri and police agencies, with military service continuing until replacement by the Beretta 92 during the 1980s. Import restrictions on Italian military surplus have tightened as Italy transitioned older firearms to destruction programs rather than commercial sales dealers. Report obtaining M1951 pistols has become increasingly difficult, with wholesale availability decreasing 56% from 2022 to 2024. Similar Italian military surplus pistols that sold for $200 to $300 in the early 2000s now command $500 to $800. At number 7, we have Ruger P85/P89. The Ruger P85, introduced in 1987, represented Ruger's entry into the high-capacity service pistol market. Chambered in 9 by 19 mm parabellum, the pistol features a 15-round double-stack magazine, 4.5-inch barrel, and overall length of 7.84 inches. Weight without magazine measures 32 ounces. The P89, introduced in 1991, refined the design with improved ergonomics and manual safety options. Ruger produced the P-Series from 1987 through 2013, manufacturing approximately 900,000 units across all variants. Early P85 and P89 models currently sell for $300 to $500 in used condition, with police trade-ins available for $275 to $425. The aluminum frame and steel slide construction provides durability, with service life exceeding 20,000 rounds documented in testing. The double-action, single-action trigger mechanism offers versatility, with first-shot double-action pull measuring approximately 11 to 13 pounds and subsequent single-action pulls measuring 5 to 6 pounds. Effective range extends to 50 meters. The P89 served numerous law enforcement agencies during the 1990s and 2000s, particularly smaller departments seeking economical service pistols. Ruger discontinued the P-Series in 2013, transitioning production to the SR series and later the American pistol. Parts availability remains good currently, but specialized components may become scarce as the platform ages. Market data indicates P85 and P89 prices increased 41% from 2020 to 2024 as shooters recognize the value proposition in used P-Series pistols. At number 6, we have Polish P64. The Polish P64 served Polish military and police forces from 1964 through the 1990s, chambered in 9 by 18 mm Makarov. The pistol features a 6-round single-stack magazine, 3.3-inch barrel, and overall length of 6.1 inches. Weight without magazine measures 22.3 ounces. The straight blowback design shares operational similarities with the Walther PPK, utilizing a fixed barrel and recoil spring operation. Polish production at the Radom factory totaled approximately 700,000 units from 1964 through 1983. Surplus imports to the United States occurred primarily from 2010 through 2015, with pistols selling for $180 to $250. Current market prices range from $250 to $400, depending on condition and completeness. The P64 represents one of the last affordable military surplus pistols available in quantity. The double-action, single-action trigger mechanism features a notably heavy double-action pull measuring 18 to 22 pounds, while single-action pull measures approximately 5 to 7 pounds. Effective range extends to 25 meters. Polish military doctrine emphasized the pistol as a defensive weapon for vehicle crews and officers rather than a primary combat arm. The compact dimensions make it suitable for concealed carry, though modern alternatives offer superior ergonomics and capacity. Import data shows Polish P64 inventory decreased 68% from 2020 to 2024. No significant surplus stocks remain available for import, and remaining dealer inventory represents the final examples available at current pricing. Similar Eastern European military pistols that sold for under $200 in the 2000s now command $400 to $700. At number 5, we have Swiss K31. The Swiss K31 represents Switzerland's straight-pull bolt-action service rifle, manufactured from 1933 through 1958. Chambered in 7.5 by 55 mm Swiss, the rifle features a 6-round integral magazine, 25.7-inch barrel, and overall length of 43.9 inches. Weight without ammunition measures 8.8 pounds. Swiss manufacturing standards specified tight tolerances with cold hammer forged barrels and hand-fitted components. Swiss military production totaled approximately 528,000 units across all variants. Surplus imports to the United States occurred primarily from 2007 through 2015, with rifles selling for $200 to $350. Current market prices range from $600 to $1,200, depending on condition and matching numbers. The K31 has appreciated faster than nearly any military surplus rifle in recent history. The straight-pull bolt design allows rapid operation without rotating the bolt handle upward. Trained shooters can achieve 15 to 20 aimed rounds per minute. Effective range extends to 800 meters with iron sights, and accuracy at 300 meters typically produces groups under 4 inches with military ammunition. Swiss military doctrine emphasized marksmanship, with soldiers required to maintain proficiency through mandatory service and annual qualification. Each K31 shipped from the factory with a unique troop tag containing the soldier's name and unit assignment. Matching serial numbers throughout all components, original troop tags, and documented service histories increase values substantially. Import restrictions on Swiss military surplus have tightened, and the Swiss Army transitioned to the SIGSG 550, releasing K31 stocks to commercial markets that have since been exhausted. At number 4, we have Romanian SKS. The Romanian SKS represents Romanian production of the Soviet semi-automatic carbine design, manufactured from 1958 through the early 1960s, chambered in 7.62 by 39 millimeters. The rifle features a 10-round integral magazine, 20.5-inch barrel, and overall length of 40.2 inches. Weight without ammunition measures approximately 8.5 pounds. Romanian production incorporated refinements, including a vertical foregrip and upgraded sights compared to earlier Soviet production. Romanian military production totaled approximately 950,000 units. Surplus imports to the United States occurred primarily from 1995 through 2010, with rifles selling for $100 to $175. Current market prices range from $400 to $700 depending on condition and completeness. The Romanian SKS has appreciated 300 to 400% from historical lows, with remaining inventory becoming scarce. The gas-operated tilting bolt design provides reliable operation. Effective range extends to 400 meters, suitable for infantry support applications. The SKS served Romanian military forces until replacement by AKM variants during the 1970s. Bayonet attachments, cleaning kits stored in the buttstock, and stripper clip loading characterize the design. Import data indicates Romanian SKS inventory decreased 82% from 2020 to 2024. Romanian commercial exporters have shifted focus to other surplus items, and remaining SKS stocks have been largely exhausted. Chinese SKS variants that sold for similar prices in the 1990s now command $500 to $900, establishing a precedent for Romanian examples. At number 3, we have Turkish Mauser M38. The Turkish Mauser M38 represents Turkish military production of short rifles based on German Mauser designs, manufactured from 1938 through the 1940s, chambered in 7.92 by 57 mm Mauser. The rifle features a 5-round integral magazine, 23.6-inch barrel, and overall length of 43.3 inches. Weight without ammunition measures approximately 8.9 pounds. Turkish arsenals, including Ankara and Kırıkkale, produced these rifles under German technical assistance. Turkish military production totaled approximately 500,000 units across all short rifle variants. Surplus imports to the United States occurred from 2005 through 2018, with rifles selling for $150 to $250. Current market prices range from $350 to $600 depending on condition and arsenal markings. The M38 represents accessible Mauser collecting with authentic military production. The controlled round feed Mauser action provides reliability and smooth operation. Effective range extends to 500 meters with iron sights. Turkish military service continued through the 1960s, with rifles eventually replaced by modern semi-automatic designs. Arsenal refurbishment programs applied new stocks and finishes to many examples, though original configuration rifles command premiums. Import restrictions on Turkish military surplus have tightened significantly since 2018. Turkish government policies shifted toward destruction of obsolete military stocks rather than commercial export. Dealers report obtaining Turkish Mausers has become nearly impossible, with wholesale availability decreasing 91% from 2020 to 2024. At number 2, we have Yugoslavian M70 AK. The Yugoslavian M70 AK represents Zastava Arms production of the Kalashnikov pattern rifle. Manufactured from 1970 through the Yugoslav wars of the 1990s, chambered in 7.62 by 39 millimeters, the rifle features a 30-round detachable magazine, 16.3-inch barrel, and overall length of 34.65 inches, with stock folded weight without magazine measures approximately 8.6 pounds. The M70 incorporates a 3-slot muzzle brake and bulged tropopon receiver for enhanced strength. Yugoslavian military production totaled approximately 1.2 million units across all variants. Surplus imports to the United States occurred primarily from 2012 through 2020, with rifles selling for $400 to $600. Current market prices range from $800 to $1,400 for military surplus examples. Parts kits for building civilian legal semi-automatic variants sell for $600 to $900, excluding receiver costs. The gas-operated rotating bolt design provides reliable operation across diverse environmental conditions. Effective range extends to 350 meters. The M70 served Yugoslav military forces and subsequently the militaries of successor states, including Serbia, Croatia, and Bosnia. Chrome-lined barrels, reinforced receivers, and improved furniture distinguish Yugoslav production from standard Soviet AKM variants. Import restrictions on Yugoslavian military surplus have tightened following depletion of available stocks. The dissolution of Yugoslavia created complex ownership questions for remaining military equipment, and successor states have restricted exports. Dealers report Yugoslavian M70 availability decreased 77% from 2022 to 2024. And finally, at number 1 we have Mosin-Nagant 91/30. The Mosin-Nagant 91/30 represents Soviet production of the bolt-action service rifle, manufactured from 1891 through 1965 across multiple variants. The 9130 variant, adopted in 1930, features a 28.7-inch barrel and overall length of 48.5 inches. Chambered in 7.62 by 54 mm R, the rifle utilizes a 5-round integral magazine weight without ammunition measures, approximately 8.8 pounds. Soviet production totaled over 17 million units, representing one of the most widely produced military rifles in history. World War II production occurred at Tula, Izhevsk, and other Soviet arsenals, with refurbishment programs continuing through the 1960s. Surplus imports to the United States occurred from 1990 through 2015, with rifles selling for $79 to $150 during peak availability. Current market prices range from $350 to $600. Depending on condition and arsenal markings, the Mosin-Nagant has appreciated over 300% from historical lows. The controlled round feed bolt design provides reliable operation. Effective range extends to 500 meters with iron sights, with sniper variants achieving accuracy beyond 800 meters. Soviet military doctrine emphasized volume production and reliability over refinement, creating robust rifles capable of functioning in extreme conditions. The 7.62 by 54 mm R cartridge remains in current Russian military service, providing readily available ammunition. Import restrictions implemented in 2014 halted Russian military surplus imports to the United States, creating scarcity that drove immediate price increases. Remaining inventory represents the final examples available at current pricing, with wholesale sources exhausted. Dealers report Mosin-Nagant availability decreased 89% from 2020 to 2024. Similar military surplus rifles that sold for under $100 in the 1990s now command $500 to $1,000, establishing a clear precedent for future Mosin-Nagant appreciation. The affordable firearms market faces fundamental supply constraints that will inevitably drive prices upward across these 10 platforms. Import restrictions, depleted surplus stocks, and geopolitical tensions have created scarcity where abundance previously existed.